It was a cold, silent night in March 1808. The royal palace in Aranjuez, just south of Madrid, was full of whispers. Servants moved quietly. Guards stood alert. Something was happening, something unusual. In one of the upper rooms, Queen Maria Louisa of Spain sat by a candle, her hands shaking slightly as she folded a letter. She was not writing to a friend. She was planning an escape. For years, Spain had been in crisis. The king, Charles IV, was weak and tired. His son, Ferdinand, hated him. The people were angry, hungry, and afraid. France had invaded, and Napoleon's soldiers were everywhere. Tension filled the air like smoke. Rumors said that the French would soon take the royal family prisoner. Maria Louisa was terrified. She had never been a beloved queen. Gossip followed her everywhere. People said she controlled the king, that she cared more for jewels than justice. And worse, they accused her of having a secret affair with her closest advisor, Manuel Godoy. Whether it was true or not, the scandal had already ruined her reputation. Her enemies were many. Her time was short. At midnight, a black carriage waited behind palace gardens. Its wheels were wrapped in cloth to muffle the sound. Inside the palace, Maria Louisa dressed not in silk, but in plain clothes. She covered her hair with a dark shawl and slipped down a servant's staircase. A loyal maid walked beside her, carrying a small bag with coins, documents, and a portrait of her children. Outside, Manuel Godoy stood hidden behind a tree. His face was pale. He had been the most powerful man in Spain, the royal favorite, and maybe more. But tonight, he was just a fugitive helping a queen run for her life. As Maria Louisa approached, he took her hand without a word and helped her into the carriage. The horses moved quickly but carefully, avoiding the main roads. They passed through orchards, dusty lanes, and sleeping villages. The driver said nothing. Every sound, a barking dog, a snapping branch, felt like danger. If they were caught, it would be treason. Maria Louisa might never see her children again. Behind them, Aranjuez burned with confusion. Just hours earlier, angry crowds had stormed the palace gates. People shouted the name of Ferdinand, the prince who wanted his parents gone. Godoy had been attacked and almost killed. The army was dividing. No one knew who ruled Spain anymore. It was the perfect moment to disappear. By morning, the Queen's carriage reached a small monastery hidden in the hills. Monks opened the wooden gates silently. They had been paid well to offer shelter, no questions asked. Inside, Maria Louisa collapsed on a simple bed. She had barely slept in days. For a moment, she was safe, but not free. News of her escape spread slowly. Some believed she had fled to Portugal. Others whispered she was heading to France to beg Napoleon for help. Meanwhile, in Madrid, Ferdinand declared himself king. He promised to restore order and remove all those who had betrayed Spain, including his own mother. In the shadows of the monastery, Maria Louisa waited. Godoy moved between safe houses, changing his name and clothes. Messages came and went through loyal couriers, always in code. Each day brought new danger. At one point, a French officer came to the gate, asking questions. The monks lied calmly. The officer left, but it was close. Then a letter arrived from a French general. He offered protection, but only if Maria Louisa and Charles would come to Bayonne near the French border. It was a trap, Godoy warned, but staying meant certain arrest. She had to decide, trust Napoleon or disappear forever. Outside, rain began to fall. The queen stood by a narrow window, watching the hills darken. The road ahead was unclear. But the only thing more dangerous than running was staying in one place.